The long-awaited and long-hyped Sasuke spin-off manga, Sasuke Retsudan, in English it's called Sasuke's Story, so we'll just go with Sasuke's Story. It's finally out, Chapter 1. This is pretty refreshing for Naruto fans in general because Boruto isn't really cutting it right now. It actually was super hyped during the Baryon mode Naruto as he fought Ishiki. I mean, that fight in the anime was amazing. I made a couple videos on that, but now we're getting into this like Code Android arc, and it kind of feels like it's falling off a little bit. Hopefully it'll pick back up, especially with Sasuke and Naruto getting nerfed. So to get a Sasuke specific and Sasuke only manga is pretty delicious for us Naruto franchise fans. And also interestingly, Sasuke does have the Rinnegan in this manga. Okay, so it's not a prequel to Boruto, it's Boruto era. I guess at some point, like this is just some side story, at some point in the manga, Sasuke went off to this new village in search of a way to help Naruto, who has this like disease. And it reminded me instantly of Goku's heart virus from the Android saga of Dragon Ball Z. For some reason, Naruto is getting afflicted by this. It's something that the Sage of Six Paths had, but apparently in this village, Radaku Village, there is some sort of cure that cured the Sage of Six Paths, so Sasuke is gonna go on a mission to try and find it and probably get himself into some trouble. So whether or not Sasuke is gonna get some new eye or new eye power in the Boruto manga in its current continuity, hopefully, but we don't know yet. I mean, it still kind of seems like Naruto and Sasuke might die at some point before the time skip. We still don't know yet. But in any case, we get full power Sasuke for this spin-off. And I also don't know how long it's going to be because it is Boruto era. At some point, he's gonna have to get the cure for Naruto's disease and cure him, and then I guess that's gonna be the end of it unless he goes on some other side mission or something like that. So the chapter opens up with a couple colored pages, and it shows us Naruto gripping his chest as Sasuke is leaving the village. Naruto saying, "You're heading off to Radaku." So Radaku is a land that is high up in the mountains, and it's pretty secluded from the rest of the ninja world because of these mountains surrounding it. As you'll see later on in the chapter, as Sasuke meets other regular people, they know what shinobi are, but it's very clear that there's not many, if any, shinobi in the village, and it's just something they haven't really encountered much. It's in the land of fire, but they have no army because there's really no conflict in this area, and it was a favorite village of the Sage of the Six Paths. Sasuke roams the town and he asks all these villagers if they know anything about the Sage of the Six Paths, and nobody really knows anything, but there is a young girl who ends up following Sasuke. Sasuke knows he's being followed and he kind of teleports behind her. I don't know if he used the Rinnegan there or just raw speed, but this girl tells Sasuke that his mother, who owns an antique shop, has talked about the Sage of the Six Paths before, so they accompany each other to go to this girl's mom's house. But as they approach her, she runs out screaming because 3 criminals just stole from her store. So Sasuke is going to go stop these criminals, and he says it's too crowded to use shuriken, which justifies him using the Rinnegan to teleport around and beat them up. I mean, I don't know why he even needed to do that. He could just fly in with taijutsu at his super speed and just take them all out. But I think the entire point of showing us the Rinnegan here is to let us know the era of the Boruto continuity, which this is all taking place. Or so you would think, because Sasuke uses the Sharingan to put this one criminal in a genjutsu. Completely unnecessary use of eye powers, but okay, why not? Let's watch Sasuke beat up some regular humans. Now we get introduced to this mother and daughter, Kale and Lila. The mother thinks that Sasuke is here to marry the daughter, and Sasuke says, I already have a wife and daughter of my own, and it shows us a little like flash of the two. Again, this is to show us what part of the continuity of Boruto, what timeline this is taking place, which I guess is like Jigen arc. So now we switch over to Naruto and Shikamaru, and Naruto is like stumbling over. He's having these spasms and he's suffering really, really bad. I mean, he's basically dying. Back to Sasuke. Out of a history book, the mother remembers a page that talked about the Sage of Six Paths staying at the Tatar Observatory, and Sasuke is going to end up going there, which is basically a prison now. So Sasuke is going to go into a prison to do some reconnaissance. He's quickly noticed by the 3 3 criminals that he stopped earlier. They try to attack him, and here he just uses regular taijutsu and just beats the crap out of them. Again, they could have done that before. He didn't have to go all out, but I digress. So we get introduced to the director, who is like basically the warden of this prison, and there's definitely something sinister about this guy. Additionally, he is on the cover of the manga itself, so he seems like he's a Orochimaru or something like that. Potentially, maybe he was one of Orochimaru's test subjects, maybe he has some ties to him, but I think that this guy so far we're inclined to believe that he is going to be the main villain. He has a very strange kind of ominous look to him. Additionally, one of the criminals ends up escaping and getting eaten by this dinosaur, which apparently dinosaurs tend to roam the land of Radaku. And it appears that this director Zansol was able to tame this dinosaur, use it as a bodyguard. The dinosaur's name is Mino, and Sasuke acknowledges that there's some shady experimental stuff going on here, which is why I'm inclined to believe that this director Zansol probably has some sort of ties to Orochimaru. But so far, it doesn't really appear that there is any real threat. I'm sure Sasuke could take out this entire place with a massive fireball in an instant if he wanted to, or bring a meteor down, but he's here for answers. He wants to learn about this medicine or whatever this cure for this disease that Naruto has is, so he can bring it back home. So I don't really have too much more information as to how long this is going to be. Is it just going to be a short, 6-chapter kind of spin-off? Or is it going to be more? I guess that probably also depends on the audience reaction. But so far, nothing really too crazy. Stakes really aren't that high yet. We know Naruto has to get a cure at some point. So what's going to happen in the meantime? I'm going to keep reading to find out. But it's very clear that the license holders are trying to milk the Naruto franchise for as much as they possibly can. Now, overall, I wasn't too impressed in terms of threat or despair. Sasuke runs around just using his Rai powers to beat up regular humans. He uses the Rinnegan and Sharingan, regular ass human. He's going all out. I think the whole point of writing it this way was just to let us know that the time frame of when this is happening, because he still has the Rinnegan. But so far, there's no Otsutsuki or anything like that, so I don't really know who's going to be able to challenge him. He's going to be so much more powerful than everyone else, but maybe that's what we're going to get in this series, is just Sasuke running around beating the crap out of everyone, which might be kind of cool, but hopefully they'll bring in some sort of threat or challenge to him, because so far from what we've seen, he's fighting prisoners and bandits and stuff, and there was absolutely no stakes yet. So I will continue to read this manga and I will make videos on it if you guys like this kind of content. I'm curious to see how the story is going to pick up, and if there's going to be any Otsutsuki or major villains that are going to come in and maybe introduce some new elements to the Naruto franchise, something cool. We'll have to see what they write. It has potential, but I guess we'll have to see in the next upcoming chapters. I'm Mastar. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one.